Take a look at these two statements. They both say the exact same thing, but use a different emoji that changes the tone entirely. While the first one reads, "Using emojis in marketing is great." The second one is steeped in sarcasm. "Using emojis in marketing is great." This gets to the heart of the matter. Emojis help enhance your message by clarifying your tone or painting a clear picture of what you're saying. And for us marketers who spend a lot of our time communicating, this can be really valuable. In fact, research shows that including emojis in ads, tweets, and email subject lines boosts engagement. But now, before you go all out, it's really important to spend some time selecting the right emojis for your brand. In this lesson, I'm going to share 3 things that you should consider when using emojis in marketing. And in the end, I'm going to spill the beans on emoji use in SEO. Like, does Google like or hate emojis? We shall see. First, does your emoji reflect your brand? One of the main reasons emojis are effective in marketing is this: they help humanize your brand. It's almost like giving it a friendly face, literally. So before you use an emoji, you should make sure you have a strong understanding of your brand attributes, the personality traits that you want people to associate with your brand. And then figure out how/if emojis fit into this personality. Looking at this example from CNN makes me cringe. Why? Well, because their brand is meant to be professional and unbiased. The use of these emojis feels plain wrong. A brand that sets the gold standard for emoji use is Ryanair. In this post, they don't even add a comment, just a couple of yawning faces. Now, Ryanair can get away with this type of emoji use because their approach to social media is kind of irreverent, full of memes, jokes, and sassy comments. In other words, these emojis reflect their brand personality. But other more traditional airlines with a more serious brand voice can't really get away with this type of emoji use. American Airlines, for example, mostly uses standard travel emojis in their Instagram posts, such as airplanes. These are more reflective of their brand, and they're definitely safer choices. The bottom line is this: whatever your brand personality is, make sure your emoji use reflects it. And don't use emojis if the tone doesn't warrant it. Sometimes things are best kept simple for a reason. Like, nobody wants sparkles in their privacy policy. Okay, on to tip number 2. Research the meaning of emojis before you use them. In some ways, emojis are kind of like the world's first universal language, but that doesn't mean that everyone uses them in the same way. To me, this is the okay emoji. But in Brazil, it's actually offensive. In American Sign Language, it's the number 9. In Japan, it signifies wealth and abundance, and in France, it actually means 0. But the differences in emoji meaning are not just based on country and culture. They are also generational. A lot of younger people have steered away from the traditional crying, laughing emoji because it just lacks the bite that it used to. It's too popular, too generic. Slightly darker emojis, like the crying emoji and the skull emoji, have become popular to denote things being either really funny or the opposite, so unfunny, you have to laugh. If you're worried about falling behind on emoji trends, how certain emojis mean something together, or just getting lost in the sauce, check out Emojipedia. You can search any emoji and find out its meaning and stay on top of new emojis being released. Oh, and it's also completely free. So you'll never get caught sharing your recipe for eggplant parm and peach iced tea with these emojis. Big yikes. And if you're looking for a quick cheat sheet for marketers, we created one just for you. You can check it out in the link below. Okay, one final tip when it comes to emojis. Please don't overdo it. If it doesn't feel like a personal touch and instead feels like you're forcing it, chances are emojis are not necessary. Don't do this. Really, Chevy? Speaking of overdoing emojis, have you noticed ChatGPT is kind of obsessed with them? Excessive rocket emojis, target emojis, and weirdly, stars and sparkles are well loved by ChatGPT and Bing. These are all common emojis on LinkedIn, so don't panic if you see them being used. Just know that some AI models will throw them in willy-nilly, which can be off-putting to read. So if you're using AI to draft or write content, be careful it's not adding emojis without reason. If they're not necessary, it may distract from your overall message. As always with AI, you should be checking the content and making sure that everything there is helpful, relevant, and feels human. Emojis are no exception. Now, as promised, when it comes to SEO, in 2020, Google improved its ranking and indexing systems, which allowed the search engine to understand the actual meaning behind individual emojis or other special characters. What you need to know is this: Google says you can definitely use emojis on your pages, but it won't help or harm your SEO in any way. Using emojis in a page title and meta description always generates a lot of discussion within the SEO community. Now, over the years, Semrush has run various A/B tests to understand the impact of emoji use in meta titles and meta descriptions, for example. In this test that you see right here, we added a cocktail emoji to this meta title, and it actually led to an 11% increase in clicks to the tested pages. If you want to learn more, I added a link to a helpful blog post about this topic. Emojis are always evolving, and if you're watching this video in the future, maybe you'll look back at this time and laugh at how ridiculous emojis were. Or maybe all written communication in the future will be done in emojis. You just never know. What I do know is that if you want to up your marketing game, you have to know how to communicate well. And whether you like it or not, that includes understanding how to use emojis, and probably more importantly, when to not use them. So check out our cheat sheet linked below, and I'll see you in the next one.